Good morning and a happy Tuesday to you, Mountain family. My name is Amelia Lee here with you on this March 11th. The time now 6 o'clock, and that means it is time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall this morning for a look at that forecast. And Megan, I just can't get over the fact that we are in the 70s today. I just feel like, it's March 11th and we're already getting to that point. It's not even officially spring yet.
I know, normally we don't see the 70s this predominantly until May. But here we are seeing 70s this afternoon. Unfortunately, all good things come to a close. We'll start to see those temperatures drop back down to normal by the end of the week. But let's not worry about that just yet. Here's a look at those temperatures this morning, mostly in the 30s, but it will warm up, as I mentioned, and here are those afternoon high temperatures in the 70s, seeing the low to mid 70s across the board, with the exception of Wise in the upper 60s. And alongside these wonderful temperatures, you can expect clear skies all day long. Here's a look at satellite and radar. Not a single cloud is in the sky, and that's what we'll continue to see even through the afternoon. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. You'll hit that high temperature around that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock mark today, and then we'll see those temperatures drop down into the mid 40s overnight. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. Well, the people of Pike County have their eyes glued to the weather forecast, praying for sunshine and working to clean up from the February flood. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has a look at some of the cleanup efforts in the Phelps area.
15 feet of their porch, and it had never been that high up in this bottom.
The widespread waters of the February flood peppered Pike County with waste and worry.
It lets you know that everything that you worked hard for in your life, in just a matter of seconds, could be taken away from you.
In the Phelps area, communities like Stopover and Freeburn are still working to repair and rebuild. From washed out bridges to water-soaked churches like Freeburn Church of God.
It doesn't even compare to those that's lost their homes and things like that, don't have no place to go.
People like Ralph Mayhorn, who is working to get back on his feet, surrounded by piles of his personal belongings.
We were standing in the main highway up there, and it had done covered the carport. That's how quick it had raised.
He says it has been an indescribable process.
It's a mess.
Mucking out the home he has worked for years to create.
And you just get comfortable living, working on your house, fixing it up, just get comfortable doing what needed to be done, and you lose everything in one day. I mean, it's pretty devastating. Push through the walls anywhere you want.
Now, since he is on a fixed income, he is hoping to get help from a federal level to build back better.
Water line got in the living room. On that kind of income, unless I get financial help, I've lost it all.
And while the area has seen a lot of neighbor helping neighbor and some organizations with boots on the ground.
But when things like this happen, when devastation strikes, humanity comes back out.
They are praying for more help in Phelps. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
FEMA and the American Red Cross were set up at the Phelps Fire Department yesterday to assist flood survivors, and the department has continued to hand out water and supplies to impacted neighbors. Well, FEMA says crews are visiting eastern Kentucky neighborhoods to help people hit hardest by that recent flooding. A news release says crews will be at disaster-affected areas to help homeowners and renters apply for assistance. Officials say FEMA teams will never ask for money and will also wear an official badge with a photograph attached. To apply, you can go to your local relief center, and there are several in the region. You can also call, go online, or use the mobile app. Governor Andy Beshear says FEMA approved 19 additional counties for public assistance following the February flooding. Those include Bell, Knox, Morgan, and Boyd counties in our part of the state. Right now, FEMA's disaster recovery centers are open 7 days a week in Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Knott, Letcher, Martin, Owsley, Perry, and Pike counties. FEMA approved more than $15 million in assistance so far. And there is now a disaster recovery center open at the old courthouse in Harlan County. There will be people from FEMA, the Red Cross, the Small Business Administration, along with others stationed there. The center is open to help those displaced from the flood in February or anyone who has damaged. The center will be open every day for the next few weeks. People are continuing to clean up the mess after the Valentine's Day weekend flood. As of Sunday, FEMA approved more than $15 million in housing and other types of assistance to more than 2,200 Kentucky households. I was able to speak with one business owner who is in the cleanup process. Brad Smith and his family have owned Satellite Shop for nearly 40 years, handed down by his mom and dad. Although his building is in a floodplain, he has never seen floodwaters reach inside his building before.
I'm going to try to fix it back.
Smith and his wife started the cleanup process as quickly as they could after the flooding stopped. They came into their building. They ripped out portions of the walls. They ripped up the carpet so they could prevent black mold and get ahead of water damage.
I see people out here trying to build back pretty quick, and I think that's a wrong decision.
Urging the importance of taking your time during the cleanup efforts.
So I think everything needs to dry out very good. You can see our walls are tore out here. Probably going to be like this for 6 or 8 months because I just, I'm scared to death of black mold. I don't want this. I want everything good and dry.
Emergency Management Director Jerry Stacy says to start cleaning up before the warm weather hits.
It's not a clean up and then it's done. It's about a 3 or 4 step process in order to completely recover.
Mucking out, stripping the building, mold treatment, and then building back.
There's a process to it that don't happen in a day or two, a week or two, or a month or two.
Smith says no matter what, his building, with all its family history, will come back stronger.
We took a hit from it, but we're going to be okay. It's nothing we can't withstand.
Assuring folks they are open for business. Other businesses have also started to reopen in some capacity after the flood. Now, an update from a crash on Friday afternoon in Pike County involving a motorcycle and a van. It was on Combs Road at the intersection of the Kentucky 15 ramp. Hazard police say the motorcycle driver, 30-year-old Alan Sexton, was pronounced dead at the scene. His passenger, 22-year-old Olivia Asher, later died at the hospital.
When you see some of your friends and family, don't ever fail to tell them you love them or tell them to be safe, because you never know. The next second, they're gone, and you won't get that chance again.
Hazard police say the van was turning left onto the ramp towards Highway 15, and the motorcycle was going straight through the intersection, essentially a T-bone accident.
Today you can expect clear and sunny skies all day long. That will be the trend alongside some warmer temperatures. Right now, satellite and radar is completely clear, not even a cloud in the sky. Again, that will continue as you're heading into your afternoon. Now, this morning is a little chilly, so you'll need that jacket or a coat as you head out, and maybe a little extra time to warm up your car as we're sitting in the 30s and 40s. Here's a look at those afternoon high temperatures, though, because it is promising this afternoon, mainly looking in the 70s, with the exception of Wise in the upper 60s. If you're heading off to the bus stop this morning, those temperatures will be warming up throughout the day. And by the time you head home from school, you'll be looking at about 74 degrees with sunny skies. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. National layoffs are hitting close to home, with Red River Gorge saying they are now struggling to staff the park.